What's going on, YouTube? Been silent on the channel for a while. Hadn't posted cars in years. I ran across some old footage that I had from a trip that I was taking back in 2016, so I figured I'd post it and show a little bit of my experience riding around in exotic cars. So take a look at it, let me know what y'all think, and shoot, who knows, maybe I'll start posting on the channel again and bring some more content. Alright, y'all, so here's the footage from the Vegas trip that I took. My intention was to rent an exotic car, do a full YouTube review with the car, as well as have fun in it. And the trip didn't go exactly as I planned, so I didn't think about what it's like to have people with you and being distracted. And like I say, I was just wrapped up in the moment. But check out this start of the engine, man. I love it, man. Listen to it. Alright, so this here is I believe it's somewhere between a 2011 and 2014 Ferrari 458, and I believe that's a V8. So I'm not gonna look up the specs on the car because, like I said, this is not a car review. I'm just talking about some old footage I had from an old trip and just trying to encourage people to get out there and experience more. So head out to Vegas. You can do the same thing out in Miami and some of the other major cities. Get some of these cars, enjoy them. Trust me, it will make the whole trip just go to a whole nother level. This is my second time driving an exotic car. My first time was the year before this, in 2015. I went to, I want to say the name of this place was Exotic Racing, and I got to drive I think this was a 2015 Lamborghini Aventador. So that car there was 700 horsepower, V12 engine, so it had a lot of power in it. The only thing is that I did have a professional instructor riding in the car with me, so of course he's giving you instructions, making sure that everything is safe, basically making sure you don't tear their cars up too. And that's all fine, and I understand the safety. They put you in a crash dummy helmet, the whole nine, and it just kind of spoiled a lot of the experience for me. So when I came back in 2016, I wanted to actually rent the car myself, and I had a much better experience being on my own with the car. My cousin and I had these cars over the course of a few days. Alright, they kind of snuck up on me because I'm doing a voiceover for the first time. So that intro that you just saw, that was supposed to be my intro for the YouTube channel that I was putting together for traveling and exotic cars. And like I said, I never really got a chance to use it because I didn't do anything after this trip. I started focusing on business, and it just kind of distracted me. Running a business is not easy, man. So, but anyway, shout out to my partner T Platinum out there in Atlanta. He's the one who chopped it up for me. So in this footage here is where I'm going around talking about the car. I wasn't that knowledgeable of the car. I know more about it now than I knew then. But like I say, this is not a YouTube review. And see my jacked up camera skills. Matter of fact, the camera that I used to film this footage, these were like some GoPro alternatives. Less expensive. I think I might have paid, I think I had two of them, I paid like 70 something dollars for one, 80 something dollars for the second one, and this is just what I used on a little selfie stick to get footage of the car. So, and of course, you know the trunk is in the front, a whole lot smaller than you think it is. If you plan on doing a road trip on one of these cars, you're gonna have luggage for like 2 days. I promise you. And if you take your girl with you, y'all gonna have changing clothes for one night. So make sure if y'all go somewhere that got a washer or something, washer and dryer. So, and fun thing is, these cars don't drive like regular cars. The parking brake is under the steering wheel. You can't even see it. The push button start on this car was on the steering wheel, and just other things were just in odd places. So, but I still take it over any other car any day, though. I promise you. As awkward as it is to drive the car, once you have one for a while, I'm sure I get used to it. So, another thing, these cars don't drive as smooth as you think they do. It's a fairly bumpy ride, real stiff suspension, and basically these cars are built for one thing. It's really built for speed. So, and actually I'll say two things. They built to look good, and they are built to go fast. And you can tell, man, I know I broke a lot of laws out there on the Vegas Strip. So I won't incriminate myself and tell you how fast I was going. That's the garage of the place that we actually got the cars from. That orange Huracan right there in front of me, that's the one that my cousin had just gotten. So I didn't know that he was going to go back and rent a car too. And of course I had to get that photo with me standing with $500,000 worth of cars nose to nose, So now I'm back doing the review. I got my cousin right there in the background. He has the other camera. And we're trying to act like we know about these cars, but man, we didn't know nothing about these cars, man. We were just happy to be in them, happy to enjoy ourselves. Family able to kick it on a level that we never thought would ever happen, Definitely a blessing, man. That car right there is beautiful. Like, absolutely beautiful. I know at the hotel I had foreigners coming up trying to take pictures of me. They didn't speak English, but they would gesture with their hands that they want to take a picture of me and the car, and I just nodded my head. But when my cousin came out in that orange Huracan, when I say he took all the shine, I'm talking about I went from riding in a black Ferrari to just being a dude in a black car. That orange really stands out, and it looks even better in person. Something else I like about that Huracan, when you get off the gas and it's downshifting, man, the sound of the exhaust is amazing. It gives off this kind of barking sound. It's amazing. And another thing, these cars are low to the ground. They're not exactly the easiest car to get in and out of if you don't know the technique. So, do that in front of somebody for the very first time. It's going to take you forever to get out that car. Alright. The Huracan has a V10 in it. I don't know how many horsepower. Like I said, I'm not going to look this stuff up because it's, like I said, it's not a actual review. But the fact that it has a V10, it got some get up in it. Also, one of the main reasons that I use the top of the garage to actually film the cars is to get away from the tourists and all the people walking up trying to talk to you while you're trying to film. So this was supposed to be the part of the video where I'm in private, and my intention was to ride around Vegas and actually get footage in traffic. And when I had the chance to do that, it was unexpected, and I actually turned the cameras off. So I have no footage of me on the strip, none at the red lights with people harassing me. Well, I can't say harassing me, but asking me 50 questions about the car, and definitely no footage of me leaving them at the red light. As a matter of fact, the day I picked up the car, the guy came and he dropped it off at the hotel for me. But when I got downstairs, he didn't have my contract to sign for the car, so I had to ride with him back to their office. And the funny thing about that is, I don't know my way around Vegas. So we get back to his office, he showed me how to drive the car, and I leave. With the blind spots that are in these cars, and with me not being accustomed to it, I missed my exit about 3 or 4 times. I don't know how far outside of Vegas I actually went. By the time I got back to the hotel, it was nighttime. And I had to do the little classic move they do in the movies. I came down an alley flying. I'm talking about whipping through it. And by the time I got to the end of it, I had to slow down, and I ended up in a traffic jam, like sideways in the middle of the street. Now, like I say, this wasn't reckless now, because it wasn't me like jamming brakes or anything. You know, I saw the people and I slowed down, but the traffic was so thick that I was sideways in the middle of the street in a Ferrari with people walking by. You can hear them talking with the windows down, talking about the car, snapping pictures of me, and I'm just sitting there in the middle, sideways. I can't go nowhere. So anyway, here go a couple photos from the trip that shows you how small the car is. Alright, y'all, that was the trip 2016 out in Las Vegas, man. If y'all don't mind, hit the like button, subscribe, man, and leave a comment down below. Let me know what y'all think, man. Y'all be easy.